Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. This is your Georgia WeatherNet morning update. Very active weather day yesterday in parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and we see those storms continue to move our direction. Now, remember, through the overnight hours, we don't have the sun and the radiational heating to get a lot of the fuel going in the atmosphere, so a lot of this has mellowed out. So we have no warnings as of 6:29 this morning out west in Alabama, looking at a few strong thunderstorms just north of Mobile. But as for right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings, but that is probably going to change as we move through the day today. And this main line moving over I-85 through Montgomery, heading into West Georgia, that's going to be our first line. We have a second line that will move in later this afternoon and this evening. So one of the things that we look at are the temperature and dew point readings. This will give us an indication of how unstable the atmosphere is. Do we have some fuel in there, some moisture? In North Georgia versus South Georgia, you see a big difference there. 50 degrees in Canton, north of Atlanta. Then you get to South Georgia, we have 66 degrees in Albany. It's also 66 in Valdosta. So clearly much warmer air in South Georgia. That's not a big surprise, but take a look at the dew point. This is how much moisture can be trapped in the atmosphere before it condenses and starts to turn into rain or fog in a lot of cases, but rain and thunderstorms, that's our main concern today. North Georgia, Canton, and Athens, 48 on that dew point. That is just not enough to get any thunderstorms going, but then we get to South Georgia, Brunswick showing 70. We have a 63 showing in Valdosta, and Douglas and Waycross area is in the low 60s as well. So that's another sign that we do have an atmosphere that's going to be ready for some strong to severe thunderstorms. And as we move through the day today, the radiational heating, that's only going to make things a little bit worse. So here's our severe weather outlook. The lighter shade of yellow, level 1 out of 5 severe weather risks. We could see some severe thunderstorms all the way in the metro Atlanta and north of I-85 up into Gainesville. And then as we take a look at southwest Georgia, there's that level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk. So that's going to cover Cuthbert as well as Blakely, into Richland, and up into Columbus. This is also going to be our better chance of some spin-up tornadoes as we move through the late afternoon and into the evening hours with that second line. So let's talk about the timing as we move through the day today. You can see just a big old mess moving into Georgia through the morning hours. But again, very stable air in North Georgia, so we're just going to be looking at some of those light showers through the day today. And I think we'll see some thunderstorms move in, but a lot of those storms in North Georgia are going to be mellowed out quite a bit by the stability and by the fact that the first line and the second line are so close together. South Georgia, a little different story. Things get quiet in the southwest Georgia. You see Albany, a few light showers around 1, and then things just pretty much go quiet. We'll just see some clouds around. That wind is going to be a big factor through the day today, and here comes that second line coming together, so it'll be a few hours of a break. That's enough for the atmosphere to re-energize itself, and we'll see those thunderstorms possibly go strong to severe in Columbus by about 5 o'clock, stretching up the I-85 corridor into metro Atlanta as well, and then moving into 6, 7 o'clock this evening. That line just still there and also sharpening up just a bit. So we're going to watch out for strong straight-line winds. That'll be our main threat with this system, and also the possibility of some spin-up tornadoes. We have a lot of wind shear. That's the turning of the wind as you go up in altitude, and that is a big factor pretty much over the entire state of Georgia, and that's why we're going to get a few of these storms to spin up. So we continue through the modeling. 8 o'clock tonight, there's that line starting to move toward Augusta, stretching down into Macon, still over Albany, and continuing to move toward the east. As we head through the overnight hours, we're going to see that line start to push in closer to Statesboro and Vidalia, moving into Valdosta, moving very slowly. As you can see, tomorrow morning, we still have that line move through, but just like the last night that we're just getting out of this morning, we're going to see this line start to weaken quite a bit as we don't have the sunlight out there to keep the energy in the atmosphere. But in North Georgia, going to be breezy as we get started tomorrow morning. Few clouds, a leftover shower or two in the mid-state, but it, again, will be breezy as we get started tomorrow morning, and much cooler air. Think about it. We have temperatures in the 70s this morning. It's going to warm up through the day today, and then by tomorrow afternoon, maybe some snow flurries in western North Carolina. So two very strong competing air masses that are pretty much doing battle over the state of Georgia through the day today and then through the overnight hours tonight. As we continue through tomorrow evening, things start to clear out. That wind also calming down. And then Thanksgiving Day looks A-OK. We're going to see mostly sunny skies over most of the state of Georgia. Just a few clouds here and there, but we'll keep the rain away. This is Thanksgiving morning. Thanksgiving afternoon, also pretty quiet. And then by Thursday evening, we'll see a few clouds start to increase in southwest Georgia. We see some showers, part of a little storm system, very weak storm system down in the Gulf of Mexico, but that's going to push up a few showers as we move into Thursday night and into Friday. So expect a few scattered showers around the state on Friday. And the weekend, not looking all that bad. That's the latest from the Georgia Weather Net. Of course, we're going to keep you up to date throughout the day on any severe weather. Go live with any tornado warnings. We'll keep you up to date right here, but just make sure you have those wireless emergency alerts turned on your smartphone and a weather radio. That's always your best bet because we can't control the algorithms here on Facebook as to when these videos pop up so you can see them. So you need to make sure you get real-time information, and those are your best ways. The weather radio is number one, the best, and then your cell phone, number two. Remember, that uses the cell data. If that goes down, then you miss all your alerts. So make sure you have that weather radio handy, especially overnight tonight, parts of southeast Georgia. It's going to be after midnight in Statesboro and Savannah before those storms start to move your way. So just make sure you have a way to get those warnings. Here's your latest forecast for your area from northwest Georgia to southeast Georgia.